welcome to Posse Presents. Can you tell who's in the house?
Orca's in the house.
Orca's in the house. And this time he's legal. Right, Orca? So tonight I have with me, once again, best known as Zilla Monstella, or Z, or Zilla, or whatever I call her in private. And joining us for the first time, thank you, Orca. That's your body parts on my knee. We have Jaye Markwell. For the first time ever, thank you, ladies, for coming to join the madness here tonight.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having the madness tonight.
Yes, and Orca, of course, who very storied, was a stowaway once before, but now he's making his Posse Presents debut in grand style because he's I don't know. How do you think he's feeling about being here?
Well, we've been at an event all day today, so he's been the star of the show all day. So
he is again tonight. So
not going to stop.
Course.
Yes,
yep, par for the course. Anyway, so we're here for a number of reasons. Coming up on the anniversary of Desmond's law going into effect.
2 years.
Which is very huge.
Yes.
It was a long haul to get it done, and you finally did. And so in the 2 years, I would say you've made great progress.
We've made leaps and bounds.
What's some of the progress that you can tell us about?
Oh, let's see. We have seen significant progress in the courts. ACOs are doing a magnificent job of making arrests. The courts are...
There's just a tail on the screen.
We're getting convictions in the courts. We're getting real jail time. You know, not always, but we're getting it. And that's huge progress.
And I think that the ACOs are making those arrests because they have the backup.
Yeah, yeah. And they've told me as much. And it's amazing. It's just amazing to watch.
It's like so heartwarming to see the updates and to see like this one went to jail. You know, this one didn't get AR.
Right.
It's such a beautiful change.
Something huge that happened in Bristol. We have a case where AR was denied, accelerated rehabilitation, and it was denied, and the judge said this case was not what AR was designed for because this was an ongoing issue. AR is designed for someone who made a mistake and is not going to do it again. And
so the judge
recognized this. He was actually on the committee that formed AR and knew that this case was not appropriate.
And that's a huge step because even the person who murdered Desmond was granted AR. For torturing, starving, beating, and ultimately hanging a dog that he threw in a garbage can in the woods and didn't think he'd get caught. Sadly, oh,
really?
We're getting vocal.
Can you sit, please?
Sadly, that was all he got as punishment for that.
Yeah.
And
then
of course,
his record was expunged.
Yep, which means that it was wiped out. So he no longer has a criminal record.
Right.
And that was all of the basis that Desmond's army was formed on and Desmond's law was fought for.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would say you guys do a tremendous job. You all show up in court and, you know, you're there for every case that there is. And
they're really starting to recognize us more and more. I mean, those judges are even calling us out in court and saying, we had a case where the defendant didn't show. And he says, they're here. If they're here, you should be here. You know?
Yeah, well, it's true. You know, when you've got the machine in place and poised and ready to go, the least the perp can do is show.
You know?
I love your
pick your perp.
Pick your perp, yes. Well, you just sneezed and smashed your face on my foot. How did you think that was going to feel?
I apologize for his behavior. He's usually much better than this.
He's really actually very entertaining. Orca, are you allergic to TV?
I will not need a shower tonight.
Oh,
He's too funny.
oh,
Oh.
oh.
Oh, that was a goop.
It was.
There was a goop flying. Anyway, Zach, why don't we roll through some of the pictures that we have? This is just like such a really cool picture.
This is
right
outside
here.
of Waterbury Court, and that was the day Joe Irizarry went to jail.
Orca's gonna go to jail soon.
Yes, you are.
Next.
And that was BJ, the dog that was in Hartford. That's Mariette Slater. She's awesome. She does a lot of work for us, getting donations. And that was BJ, the dog.
The dog's left to freeze to death in
Yes,
Hartford.
yes.
Next up.
Oh,
That's another good one.
yes. That's Christine Kiernan,
Who is the co-founder.
She's co-founder, and she runs the administration on the pages. She's been slightly MIA, but that's okay. She's coming back. She had her family to tend to.
Sometimes that happens.
You know.
Next up. That's a sign.
my sign.
That's my sign, she
That's
says.
my sign.
What sign were you born under? Honk. Next.
Okay, there we are with Senator Blumenthal at Protectors of Animals. And I don't quite remember what that was about right now.
That was after the legislation day.
It was, yeah, that was after a legislation session.
Next.
There we are with Renee Danino at iHeartRadio. Got ACO Lauren Foley in the background from Torrington. No, I'm sorry. That was from Canaan that day. She was not representing Torrington.
Next up.
There we are. That's
a formidable bunch.
That's our CSN picture. Isn't that Crosby, Stills and Nash?
Next up.
Aww.
My Z, my B.
That was at Sherry's event with For the Love of Jack, the
Yep.
painting party.
Absolutely. Next up.
There's Linda, our vice president treasurer, and we went to Florida to meet with Tia Torres and two of the parolees, which was so cool. And we actually gave Tia one of our shirts, and she looked at us and she looked at the shirt and said, "I've heard of you guys."
And that had to be mine.
Oh my God, oh my God. She goes, "You guys do good work. I've heard of you."
Yeah, and there
It
was
was-
your moment.
I have goosebumps now.
Next.
Okay, Sherry Joia and Linda Pleva and I with our champion, State Rep Diana Urban.
Next up.
There's Mariette and I at the Puppy Doe Memorial Bench. That was
Yeah.
very moving,
When you went without me. Next.
That's a legislative session.
Next up.
And that was judiciary. I gave testimony during Judiciary Committee in support of removing AR from the table.
You can let him go.
Oh, okay.
Next up.
And this was, what were we there for, Jay?
It
I
was a
think
special
Diana was
event.
getting an award that day. It was a CVA event, Connecticut Votes for Animals, and Diana Urban and Brenda Kupchak got an award that day for their work with animal legislation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next up.
There she is with Desmond. That is a pastel that was done by a famous artist, Ushi, who is in Rhode Island, for our upcoming event.
That's a beautiful portrait.
It
That
is.
really is.
It really is. It's incredible. And to see it in person is just amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's breathtaking.
It is. Next up,
And there's our BOD. We've got,
board of directors, for those who don't know.
thank you, Candace, who's secretary, vice president, myself, Doreen, who is head of volunteers, volunteer coordinator, and Linda Pleva, who is our treasurer, vice president.
Next up, this was cool.
This was a blast. This was a blast. We did the Women's Build Habitat for Humanity in New Britain. And that was what, Jay, in May?
I think
Jay
so.
and I worked together. Jay did not do heights. I did not do heights. But if you see the rafters above, that's where we worked.
Oh, yeah,
All day.
Good for you. Better you than me. Next up,
And that was a party that Diana Urban threw for Desmond's Army. Beautiful day, just beautiful.
next up,
And there we are at,
one of the events that you
no,
do.
that was Bikers event, Bikers Against Animal Cruelty.
Was it?
Yep, that was their event.
Oh yeah, I do see the
Yeah,
back. Okay.
Woodstock.
Oh yeah, and little piece
Was
of
it
my
Woodstock?
table there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
The rally.
The rally, yeah. I'm sorry, it was
Yeah.
the rally.
It all runs together after a while. Next up,
It's a long day.
Orca. When he's being quiet.
Our mascot.
Next up,
That is Jason Burley. Is that it? Jason Burley. He is from one of our court cases, current in Bristol.
next up.
And that was Bark in the Park.
Yes, it was Bow Wow
Yes.
Bark in the Park.
Yep.
Next up,
And this is one of our posters that Linda has put together. We got permission from the artist, and we are looking for someone to help us make a billboard out of this. We have a series of these.
so it's basically just trying to pull the connection
We're-
that animal abuse leads
to domestic abuse. Domestic abuse is connected with animal abuse, and it's all one vicious
yeah,
cycle.
It's
Yes.
a progressive thing, and if the courts stop it at the level of the animals,
Yes.
it makes it safer for the people.
Right.
Next up,
Oh, Mr. Eli. October 4th, Bristol Superior Court, Main Street. He killed his roommate's cat, allegedly.
next up,
Jay, this
Oh,
is your event. Jay
yes.
coordinated this event in
I
Winston.
co-coordinated. Yep, I brought in the vendors for the Winstead Fire Department Safety Day. It was a great day.
Yes, it was. Beautiful weather.
next up,
And that's our new banner, Connecticut chapter.
because next up, next,
Next. Because Massachusetts approached us asking to create a chapter because they want to bring Desmond's Law to Massachusetts.
which is really amazing.
And they want to do it as Desmond's Law.
And they do have. We'll take the camera back.
And actually, that's Tanya Damon of.
We'll take the camera back.
That's Tanya.
Not ready for that yet.
Tanya Damon of
The Little Oliver
the
Foundation.
Little Oliver Foundation, who approached us, and she's going to head up the page.
And that's a really cool thing.
Oh, it's awesome.
There have been other states that have contacted Desmond's Army trying to.
California is in. We have 17 different states that are looking to adopt it. But Massachusetts actually wants to adopt it as Desmond's Law.
Which is really good. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a law that's in place, and they just stiffened it a little bit. I saw a post on Victory for Cherry's page.
Right, and that was due to puppy dough.
Yeah, and that was due to puppy dough. But this is going to just bring everything a whole level
Yeah,
forward,
right.
a whole level up, and that would be a really amazing thing. No matter which state goes next,
Right.
It's you guys have definitely laid the groundwork, and done the work and just, amazing. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. You're amazing too.
Oh, stop. No, I'm not.
Yes, you
we
are.
Can't have our,
yes, you
we
are.
Can't
Yes,
have
you
our
are.
love affair on the air. Oh, boy. So, upcoming this Saturday.
We have our.
She's like, oh, yeah.
Oh.
I saw that. The light bulb. Did you guys see the light? It shined really bright for a second. This coming Saturday.
We have our very first event, and
which is like really exciting.
it's huge.
It's your
huge.
own event. It's
Yeah.
not one you're attending.
Right.
It's not one that, you're just tabling
Nope,
at.
we are.
This is your shebang.
This is our shebang. It is at Cadillac Ranch in Southington, 45 Jude Lane.
Now you can put the other picture up.
There's what, two bands?
That's the
Vegan,
one.
vegetarian
Thank you.
food?
Yeah, we have 2 bands coming. Old Hat Troubadours, and which he is the husband of one of our members, Sharon Hydorn.
Thank you.
Thank
There's
you.
another name in there, isn't there?
Yes.
Well.
And then we have Generation Blues Band coming on.
I'm kind of excited from what I saw of them.
Yes.
They do like Blues Brothers music.
Yeah.
And okay, so I'm old.
Me too.
And that has always been like
Yeah.
one of my all-time
My
favorite
favorites.
movies.
Yes.
I literally have like CDs and albums of their music.
So we have vegan and vegetarian food being catered. For those of you that are not vegan or vegetarian, the bar serves, wings, burgers, whatever. So, there's something for everyone.
And you guys are going to have that beautiful portrait there for everyone to see.
Yes.
And it should be a really awesome time.
Yeah.
It's going to be from 12 until 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably going to have to leave.
4?
No,
30?
maybe because, I got to get here.
Well,
gotta
you
get
don't have
Zach.
to be here until...
I got to get Zach and I got to get here.
Zach, find your way.
We'll Uber you.
Wow.
Why isn't Zach coming to the event?
Because he's. Where are you going to walk? No, she's telling you to find your way here.
Yeah. Why can't
Yeah.
you come to the event?
He's working.
Oh, take the day off. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. So.
All right, next.
Well, we'll have that fight later. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this should be a really great time. I'm looking forward to the band.
Yeah.
I really am.
I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I mean, it's so exciting.
Yeah. I mean, this is your first.
Yeah.
It's going to be an annual event.
Yes.
And-
Desmond's Legacy, and guess who came up with that name?
I have no idea. We'll take the camera back. We'll
Who came up with Desmond's Legacy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a great name.
Perfect name.
Well, I mean, it kind of just fits, though, doesn't it? I mean,
It does. It's beautiful, and it's beautiful.
it is Desmond's legacy. Everything
is.
you're doing is Desmond's legacy. So
Yeah.
I just kind
Your
of.
eyeshadow's really pretty.
I'm scoping out the bracelets.
Thank
but,
you. Didn't I tell you about all this love affair stuff? Jeez. So anyway, for anybody who is interested in getting involved, it's not hard.
No.
And you don't have to be someone who goes to court all the time, because
No,
for the
we
people
have-
who work all the time and it's impossible, you don't have to feel defeated because you can't be on the front lines. There are school teachers who come the summertime.
They come in the summer. They
People who
work
come on their
events.
vacations, right?
Yeah.
That go and sit in court if that's really what you want to do and see that firsthand. But you need help at events.
We need help with events. We need help
Certain
with
administrative help.
We need help coordinating things. If anybody wants to volunteer to be my personal assistant, I could use one of those.
But,
He keeps throwing that out there, and no one's biting.
all kinds of legwork that needs to be done. There's the court dockets to be monitored. There's, just so many different ways that you can be a part of it, without without necessarily being on the front lines.
Right. There's plenty to do. And in case for those of you that don't know what we do, is we do go to court. We have 56 different court cases throughout Connecticut, animal abuse court cases. And Desmond's Law was put into effect in 2016, and it puts a pro bono attorney or UConn law student as an advocate in court for the abused animals. And now the animals have a voice, and we're going nationwide.
Yeah, I mean, it's unprecedented
Yeah.
for the animals to have a voice. It really is.
Yeah.
Desmond didn't have it, and that's where that went wrong. These animals are getting a much better. It doesn't change what happened to them. Nothing can change what happened to them, and that's unfortunate. But it makes it so that the people who are abusing these animals aren't walking away.
Right.
And it sends that message: abuse an animal and go to jail. It's a beautiful thing to see the way UConn Law School is working with you guys.
The courts love UConn. Well, it was Jessica Rubin that co-wrote the bill.
Yeah.
Professor Jessica Rubin.
And one of your future endeavors is to be able to grant a scholarship, no?
Yes. We will be granting a scholarship to a law student who will be studying animal law.
And, that's only fitting. And, of course, that's down the road. You're not quite in the position to do anything like that now.
Not immediately, but I would say within the next year.
Yeah, it's
we'll
a
be
goal.
ready.
And, that's creating its own cycle.
Yeah.
That's definitely, you've got UConn Law involved, and you're going to keep the students coming.
Right.
Because, those students will turn into the lawyers, will turn into the advocates, will just, it's a beautiful change. And it makes me so proud to watch you guys go. It really does. She's blushing.
I'm so proud of this group. I am so proud of this group. I mean,
Jay,
it's
when
such
did you
a great
get
group
involved?
of people. She's a freaking dynamo.
No, stop. Yeah, about a year and a half ago or so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Waterbury pictures that you had, I think that was the first court case I'd gone to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how has it changed your life being involved?
Wow. I really don't have the words. It's just so overwhelmingly positive. It really is. You get goosebumps when you see somebody handcuffed and taken away, or they get some kind of conviction, and you go, yes, we made a difference today.
Yeah, I was a part of that.
Yeah.
I helped that happen.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
We all did. Yeah.
And you've got a really great You've got
I'm
a
pulling
really,
Orca hair out of my mouth at the same time.
You've got a really
He's quiet.
Yeah, I know. You've got a really great group. Some of the members, are reporters, so to speak.
Right.
And we'll give.
We have John Frescatore. He is the court reporter.
Yeah, he's
He's so
amazing.
awesome.
He's absolutely amazing. I was so glad to finally get to meet him.
Yeah. Isn't he a great guy?
Yeah,
he's
because
awesome.
to read, me being, the writer and all that, to read his reports, he has such a handle on it.
Yeah.
And he knows how to put it into words, and he knows how to make it so that people will understand it. And, it's like if you could clone him and send him to every court case,
Yes.
that would be so awesome because you'd have that same point of view.
He gets out there. He gets to so many.
He does.
And where a lot of us can't, we work.
Yeah.
We have families.
Last week
and-
he was at 4 in
Yeah, he was-
Hartford. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 in one day.
One
He
day.
tackled them
Yeah.
all.
And
Yeah.
that's really crazy when that can happen, because
Right.
I watch the posts.
Right.
And, you see there's 4 on one day, and it's like, all right, well, how do you get to all of them? But you guys cover, you guys will
Yeah.
divert and
Yeah.
make sure that there's the presence. There's
Right.
very rarely a time where I see that somebody didn't go to a particular case.
Yeah.
And how many did you say you have in the state right now?
56.
Yeah, that's 56, way too many.
Yes, it is. But it shows that the arrests are being made. And it
Yeah.
shows that we will not put up with this.
Right.
It is not okay. It is not acceptable. And we will not put up with this. And we will hold the courts accountable to prosecute.
And as we said, the courts have been very welcoming,
Yes, they have. They have.
very, very much on board with having you guys there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing to watch the progression of, oh my God, to, hey, you guys, you're here, but you're back
Yes.
again?
Yeah.
Even when you
I
walk
think
in.
a lot of that is
Yeah.
because they've seen
Yeah.
that you're not crazies.
Right.
You know, like animal activists are
Oh my God.
kind of seen as crazies.
It's all good. Go lay down,
And
Orca.
So,
No, he's back.
when you're not acting crazy, it certainly it sends that message
Right.
that you are professional.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
we are.
not. This isn't like you're throwing blood on fur wearers or red paint
Yeah.
rather on fur
Yeah.
wear. You're not that kind of a group.
No, we are
You're
respectful.
quiet, respectful, silent presence.
Yes.
You know, and when we're on break and people walk up to us and every court case, they want to know what we're doing
Yeah.
and how they can be involved or how, can they make a difference. And even the marshals, when you walk in and they're like, oh, what are you here for today?
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
it go?
All right, ladies, we're out of time.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna say peace,
Peace,
Well,
love,
love,
and
and
dogs.
dogs.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you.
Until
Bye.
next time.
Good night.
Good night.
night.
Do your thing, Zach.
Hey, this job looks perfect.